What's up, bub? Bub. So we're almost done. I think we've got pretty much these missions left. Maybe a little extra. It's been a good time. Just finished up Prodigal. I doubt we'll finish this tonight. Unless I just really don't want to grind these, but going for all reds, I'm going to have to do a bit. The Book of Life missions seem interesting, but also like cancer, so... Does it just give you whatever you want? Oh yeah, that's right.
Another one down.
Of course. It's always going to be bullshit like that. Anything marketing itself as real fruit that isn't like $10 bazillion is probably, yeah, just partially real fruit. Yeah. Coffee, I love getting like coffee, but it's so not worth it. I usually only get Dunkin' because it's at least somewhat affordable. And I never get anything ritzy because it's not worth it. I finished Prodigal, yeah. What is that up there? I liked it, but at times I also was kind of like confuzzled by it, I guess. If that makes sense. I thought it was a very uneven game. Crude. I like that it tried to do something different with like a Zelda kind of formula. It was more of like a harem romance sim in like a smaller town. That you could break most of the dungeons was kind of cute. I don't know how much of that was by design. But in its attempts to kind of give you lots of lore, I feel like at times it's trying to be a personal story. At times it's trying to be a big lore dump. Where it's, you know, at times it's trying to tell a story and it just will stop the story and start another story, and there's breadcrumb trails to nowhere, and the gameplay doesn't really evolve a whole lot, but it does have a cool enough post game where there's a lot of dungeons and they mix things up, and sometimes it's really tedious. There's a lot of arbitrary like events you have to like trigger, especially if you're doing side stuff and dungeons you have to go walk back through. And I don't know, I think if you're interested in a Zelda game, I don't think it's good for that. But if you're interested in some kind of hybrid, there's definitely like a charm, a labor love kind of charm to it. It's a good value for sure. Like, it's interesting. It's a neat game. It's not just like forgettably mediocre or anything, but it's very uneven. At times you're like, ugh. but at times you're like into the little simple waifu characters, and it feels very much like it's trying to do this like vague lore posting type of thing to hint at something greater. Either they wanted more games or they wanted just to have that feeling of you being a small dude in a big world kind of deal, but it just doesn't quite work, and the context you're missing and some stuff, and all the plot threads that go to nowhere, and that the gameplay doesn't really evolve, and a lot of the endgame dungeons, while they can be cute, are really just a lot of the same thing over and over, but crazier. Yeah, I opened one this morning, and I left it in the fridge, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish it now. But then I'd already opened another one too. So I'm just drinking them both. Oh, really? They just kept adding stuff? Yeah, that would make more sense. And that's what I was saying. I was like, it's version 1.7. Like some of the end game stuff, like I didn't do the boss rushes and the super hard mode versions of all the dungeons, but like it would make sense if they just kept adding shit. And I mean, I think that's cool when you're playing through it by default. I think the main story just kind of like abruptly ends and the post game just starts doing different shit. And like it's cute, but there's a lot of times where it's just like, why are we doing this? Or why can I do this now arbitrarily, but I couldn't before? And all of a sudden all these areas are open, or you have to backtrack through all this stuff, or you have to walk to every single room everywhere to talk to people to trigger stuff. And a lot of the end game, like post game stuff, is you like finding like a certain guy in like 10 different places, and just a lot of it's interesting. Like I don't think it's bad or anything, but it's also just kind of some of it is unwieldy, some of it is not. It's not very like cohesive. You're not getting this like singular feeling from it all. It's neat. Yeah, it's definitely the thing is like you see all the gameplay in the first like hour. And the story's like 4 hours long if you just go through it. But it took me like 17 plus hours to beat it because of all the side stuff and all the fooling around. And I mean it's got that kind of like maybe amateur charm, passion kind of feel to it. Um like there's just a lot of waifus. There's a lot of them. Some of them you can't waifu, some of them you can. Does that flow very well with like the town, like the feeling of it being a town and everybody's place and all that? Like probably not, but I mean it's interesting, kind of like it feels very like they just wanted to do that. Um, the game's pretty easily broken, but I mean it almost feels like by design at times too, and then other times it's not. But you don't mind because the puzzles and gameplay aren't that great. The game is insanely easy too. Like I don't need a crazy challenge in a Zelda game. But like, I hit the guy like 3 times and he's dead, kind of shit. Oh yeah, that's what I did. Well, you just stand behind the fucking objects and you can hit them forwards, or stand at the side of them and you hit them forwards and it breaks like most puzzles. But then you get items too that like break shit, like the boots that let you ignore ice, and it's like that's fine. I don't mind it because the puzzles honestly are just kind of the same the whole way through and not that interesting. They're best when they are quick and dirty. But so it's like I had fun with it. I wasn't bored, but there were times I was like, especially in the post game like reflection dungeon. I was like, all right, this is like too much. Like I'm not jacked in enough. We're not mixing up the gameplay enough. Like you get the ability to like put your shadow down anywhere, but it takes forever and it's not that useful. And then you get the ability to like do the charged up super smash, but since you can't move and do it, you only really do it to like cheat over like 2 block gaps. And it's like it's cool, but it's kind of cool that only is gonna last so long. That makes a lot more sense if they just kept adding shit onto it. And then there's like an ending where it's like you essentially have to go do all the little things minus like the super giga hard mode shit where everybody had their epilogue and all that. And I don't know, there's a lot going on in it. I said at the end of the playthrough, it's a hard one to really nail down because it's not just like a mediocre Zelda. Like I've played those. It's not just overwritten or like preachy or anything, or it's not trying a certain gimmick and it just succeeds or fails. Like it's a little bit more complicated. Because you do like some of the characters, but then at the same time you're like, oh, this isn't great storytelling. But that's also like you kind of like that they're trying to do something a little different, but it's not that different. And there's something to be said about Zelda did kind of do it right for a reason in some aspects. So completely like moving away from like getting a lot of new items. It's like, well, that keeps the gameplay fresh. Like there is a lot of items in it, but it's more like a collection, like just turn into people kind of item collector kind of game. So I don't know. Like it doesn't have the comfy level of like a Stardew, and it doesn't have like the writing chops of like something with like better romance. But it doesn't have like the gameplay depth of like, some of the Zelda likes out there, the world. But I mean, it's still neat. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was like in love with it, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was interesting. And I'd be willing to play one of their other games I saw. Veritas, I don't know, but the platforming one seemed interesting, and they got another one coming out soon, so it's good for them. Yeah, Curse Crackers. That one seems cool. Little platformer. He keeps updating Stardew. It's like a No Man's Sky where it's like I want to come back and go like apeshit. God, this has got some fuck shit. You're getting mad at him. Why is that? Is it like fucking with like servers or something, or? Oh, honestly, man, the guy's a machine. Let him do what he wants. And like some people have said, man, he might have the sophomore slump, dude. Just fucking go ape shit on what you like, and as long as he's not ruining Stardew Valley in any way, I mean, whatever, man. What exactly are we trying to get right now? Still go up there, but is like someone I could jump to? We'll see though. I think you just go quick enough and maybe juke it entirely.
That's how it's done.
I mean, as long as he's not updating it in a way where it makes Stardew like worse. Because I mean, you could definitely have that where you like over update it. Yeah, 4 seconds. This one totally has a pixel. I'm curious where it is. These levels are gonna be cancer because of that. I wonder where the pixels are. Like a path I can get to get in there. I don't know what the actual limit is. On distance. I imagine there's a limit, but like maybe not. So, what do people generally think about his updates for Stardew? Because I imagine Stardew is like a fucking completely different beast now from how it was for me.
I just keep getting better and better.
Like this one, so like there's some bullshit, man. But where's the bullshit? There's got to be like a limit on how far this can go. But then again, people do this in like 3 seconds, so. Can't warp through these. Is there one? I just need to find out like the max distance, man. And there probably is not a max distance, but maybe. Well, then again, it could just be like a pixel you're trying to hit.
I just keep getting better and better.
Oh, we got the red. That's good enough for me. Let's see what the magic pixel was on this, huh? There you have it. There's a few clicks. No thanks, man. It's an interesting mechanic, and I can see why somebody said that I would feel about this chapter as I did with the RPG one, because the levels become suggestions. I probably like this more like a quick casual run, but it has the potential to... I never want to do any like leaderboard grinding. Didn't go high enough. I'm sure there's some shenanigans at play here. I'm sure there's an attempt to make sure you can't like see every little like inch of the map, but I imagine they fail. And with the sheer might of like 10 zillion players playing this shit. Save it any time this way. It's gonna be a one hit from here now. Maybe you can save your jump for that. Probably. I keep missing that one. There you go, even better.
No scoped it.
Oh yeah, they confirmed that Metroid, Pokemon, and something else was going to be on Switch 1 as well. So those are confirmed to be, well, they're not confirmed to be multi-platform, but they probably are going to be multi-platform. I imagine we'll see those this year either way. Is there anything else weird going on here? The six-pack. Yeah, interesting enough, these levels, it's like research, man. I need to like stand around and like use my eyeballs to scout like the rest of the level.
I just keep getting better and better.
You can see that from like really far away. See it from here. Wonder how close you have to be. There's some kind of max distance. They have this like shortcut. Oh, okay. Whenever you say, champ. The idea of like a warp thing is really cool, but yeah, without like a more like hardline max distance, it's like, what do you expect's gonna happen? It's interesting, but it's not like quite infinite, because like I could see the book from here, but maybe it's infinite for anything but the book. Yeah, I mean it's fresh, it's different, but it doesn't mean that like every level just turns into like, can you find the magic pixel spot? Yeah, it might just be like a certain area. If I can see everything from here. The top times on all these levels are like a couple seconds. We just watched one of them. We'll just have to see what this one is. As long as your mouse is in the right spot, I mean, essentially you could just go as quick as you want. As long as there's no like wait time in between shit. wonder if you could just bust straight to the book earlier? I'll check here in a sec, 'cause I'm curious.
I just keep getting better and better.
Top time on anime tits. Nice. It is 6.5 seconds. Yeah. Let's take a peek, shall we? Like I said, I don't have much desire to like grind these, but they'd probably be some of the easier ones to grind in a way to just cut off a lot of time. Because it's about finding like super spots. I mean, there's probably some skill to like, of course the highest there's a lot of skill, but like just cutting off like the chunk. It's like a knowledge check. It's actually the same one I do, but just way quicker. I mean, he's... Where is she at? I'm not actually sure I didn't listen. Skips, a couple of the warps I do. Just does it really fast. Crazy. Very cool. But I don't want to grind it. Not right now. Shenanigans. This one feels like a shenanigans level. They have like shit around them, but will that completely protect them? Why do they make all this level when it's just gone in an instant, man? Trophy for that. Yeah, knowing where that button is though is huge.
should try making
Is
some
it button? Knowing where to put your mouse ahead of time is that's like. I mean, that's a big skill in I guess any level, but in these it's like because you're instantaneous. It's like as quick as you can flick by just raw memorization. I mean, the better, man. Alright. What's the top time on this? 9 seconds. Of course it is. There's any warps over here, actually. 9 seconds. I mean, you'd have to fucking be busting straight up to that. You pretty much get this thing and it would just fly straight up there. I mean, maybe there's like an insane, like, psycho chain you could just bust to. But even if you go this way, I mean, there's just time you have to sit on the ground, right? Any amount of walking you do is like wasted time. Maybe the back there? Probably. Yeah, they're super crazy. Like fucking Portal old records. Like magic pixels in between some of these. Yeah, you're pretty much just always searching for the magic pixels, man. The crazy angles. If you actually just like flow the level, you're actually doing it probably as slow as fucking possible, man.
I just keep getting better and better.
You can beat the dev times without too much issue, but true speed is something else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't honestly care too much on these ones. They're fun to just do casual, but yeah, I don't. These are definitely some where I'm like, I don't want to grind them too much. Closer, neon white cobalt. So I mean, it's like you could definitely get stronger, get better at the mechanical side of things, absolutely, or like the reaction side of things. But I don't know if I want to walk around and like try to just find the knowledge check, man. Yeah, let's take a peek. I think it's impressive. I think it's really cool, but yeah, some of this shit's probably just discovered over time, man. Just zoom straight through everything. Oh, you can click over the top of the ball, the dome. That's how they do it. So there's like a magic pixel between this fucking shit. Like you can barely even see it. And a couple quick teleports, and there's like a magic pixel to hit this guy past the dome. Jesus. Yeah, I'm good, man. Well, at least we'll be through this chapter pretty quick. It's not getting the red that's usually the hard part, it's that I grind the fuck out of them. Let's go ahead and grab the oops. Let's go ahead and grab the gift. I wonder if the devs kind of just knew it was bound to happen, or if they thought like, man, we got all these corners covered, man. They just didn't care. They're like, just check out this crazy fucking ability, and we'll kind of try to make it hard to find shit, and just let the people go wild, man. There's plenty of other levels to the speedster in a different way. Wait, I've got the thing already, Jesus. Can I make it around this? If they made it so you had to kill everybody, then you'd have to do most of this, right? They specifically go out of their way to make it so you don't have to actually kill most dudes. Okay, you have to be close to the book.
And on my first try, too.
It's definitely just a different approach to it. Yeah, I don't know how far you can go. I don't think it's actually like infinite. Saves a jump there. I like the idea of warping into a guy and then it gives you like a super jump in a certain direction. Shame that's not gonna get used terribly hard.
I just keep getting better and better.
Looks like my brother's car's still fucked, so I need to go pick him up. I will catch you guys when I get back. I don't have work tomorrow or anything, so although we'll see with the car ship. I'd have to ferry around a bit. But yeah, I'll try to be back. We'll do some more of this. Interesting levels, I will say. They're fun casual for sure. Just kind of like the RPG ones. Maybe even more fun casual. Just because it's so wild being like an instant teleporter. Total cancer for full speed. The reds don't seem too hard because you find one or two like super jumps they don't expect or something and you're kind of there, but yeah. Interesting. Yes. I'll be back, guys. Sorry, I plan on doing more, but I just found out now I'm gonna be picking my brother up, so